So for Arioso, we might as well just start off working on the hardest shift there is. So that's the one in measure 10 that is just sort of this free-for-all leap of faith, going from okay up to that C. Now, I wish I could give you some fantastic trick to help you just nail it every time, but really the only trick is to practice it a lot. There is no trick, because you are leaving the string, you are literally jumping, and so you just have to kind of know where it is. And by that I mean knowing what this feels like to be in this position. So I might start out with finding that position. So this is our C, and I personally am going to bring my thumb up and around, because although I can reach it leaving my thumb behind, I can't reach it and vibrate really well. That vibrato is definitely nicer than that vibrato. So that's why I'm going to bring my thumb around. And so if I close my eyes and just feel, okay, how open is this angle right here, then when I do the shift, I can aim for that feeling, okay? It also helps if I know what the note is going to sound like. And so maybe what I'll do is before I shift, I'll sing it. Okay, because if you don't know in here what you're aiming for, then chances are good you'll miss it. So singing it is a good approach. Also, we might consider the tap down. So now you don't have a whole lot of time to tap down, but there might be a very brief, actually, you know what, you can't tap down. I take it back. Take it back about the tap down. That would work some other times, won't really work here because your bow's too busy playing. Anyhow, so let's just do that shift a whole bunch of times. Go slowly, maybe without vibrato to start. Okay? Here we go. And again. Perhaps close your eyes. Feeling relaxed. Person. Okay, and I really am serious about keeping your attitude positive even if you miss the shift. The reality of the situation is we will all miss this shift at some point. Okay, I still miss this shift now and then. And that's life. Life goes on. If you miss it, just miss it gloriously, and then the next time, think, okay, well, maybe I'll go not quite so high or not quite so low. Okay, so reflect on what went wrong, but don't let it depress you, because otherwise practicing will be a drag. And why practice if it's not fun? Okay, so keep it positive, keep it light. If you miss it, just try it again. Practice it a little more, okay? So let's play it again and then keep going, because what happens right after that is important too. See, I missed it. Okay, now we've got this little shift. Third finger is going to replace second, okay? And then we're going to have a whole step and a half step. Okay, let's try that together. So that shift. That's the next one we should probably take a look at. So G sharp. We don't shift to G sharp all that often, it seems to me. Again. Again. Now keep going. we had, again, the whole step on top, half step on the bottom, and then there's going to be a little shift coming. Oh, I should have done that shift last time. I missed it. All right, so it's just the teeniest little shift up from G sharp to A. All right, try that again. And again. And again. Now keep going. So those are really the big shifty spots in this piece that will need work. Now, let's go back to the beginning and just talk a tiny bit about phrasing and rhythm. I find that, the rhythm in this piece isn't hard, but some people just forget that it's important, it seems, or that sometimes it can get a little hazy, I think, since it's a slow piece. It can lose its sense of pulse. And just because it's slow does not mean that it does not have a solid sense of pulse. So, a couple things you can do to work on rhythm. One is subdividing the bow, which if you've watched maybe the Swan video, you've seen that technique. I'll just do a tiny bit of it here to give you a taste of the idea. And what it is I'm thinking 30-second notes. So how many 30-second notes can I fit in this first note? 10. Okay, so it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so if you go through, the most bulk of the piece like that, now granted there are a few places where there are triplets where it won't work, but you'll have a very, 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 very accurate sense of the rhythm. Now, that won't necessarily give you the strong sense of pulse, but you will have the rhythm accurately. The other thing this strategy can do for you is to help you figure out how you're going to divide the bow up to get really moving expression phrases, that kind of thing. So, maybe when I first practice this, each of my bump, 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 bumps will be the same size. But since I've done this a few times before, I'm going to start thinking about how I can change the size of each of those little 30-second notes to make an expressive phrase. So maybe I'll start out with teeny, teeny little ones and then grow. Take a look. Right, you hear how it pulled through those few notes? Okay. And all I did was I changed how much bow I was using. So if I do the whole phrase that way, I start to get a sense of the long line. And then if I get rid of the subdivisions but keep that bow distribution, I bet I'll have a pretty nice shape. So long lines and phrasing. Now, careful, one trap people fall into is having each of these, quarter tied to a 16th, have the exact same shape. So, for example, maybe they'll have all, and then they kind of die, and then they kind of die. Okay, that gets old pretty fast. Or even if you do the opposite, even if you grow through it, if you do it every time, So, for example, okay, so once or twice, yeah, that's a great idea, great shape. Every single one, not as interesting. So just vary it. If you're going to grow on one, maybe the next one will come down. Or even come down and then come back up. Or who knows. okay? But be really thinking about all the various ways that you can shape these notes to make it interesting. Now I want to do one more thing, and that is play through the entire piece, and I'm kind of going to be going like this, which maybe you should be kind of doing too, to make sure that you're keeping that sense of pulse. Or you can put your metronome on. Also a good idea, okay? But let's just find out where those beats really are, okay? So here we go. And I will not do the repeat. Okay, so you might be wondering what my mouth is doing that whole time. If you check out the video, it's called like Dadas for musical phrasing or something like that. That will explain. Anyway, the human metronome. Give it a try.